Mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Camellia, Aklan, here in Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. Having my morning cup of coffee here, my Copico Blanca. I didn't go to 7-Eleven today because back-to-back days I've been going to 7-Eleven. So figure go back to my usual 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. 3-in-1 coffee is a mixture of coffee, sugar, and cream. And this one, Copico Blanca, it says here, it's so creamy. I like this because it's got that milky taste, mild coffee, not coffee black, not coffee black. I'm done with like coffee black from my military days. I was in the United States Air Force for 20 years. I was active duty military, then retired in 2004. I've been retired now from the military 21 years, and I've had enough coffee black, like a strong black coffee. I've had enough of that. So I like my coffee mild now, mild now. What's up, Ginno? Kevin Shores. All right. What's up? What's up? I'm doing good. Just getting my day started. Dazzle and Mom, Dazzle's awake. She's actually a subscriber. Edgar had sent money to Dazzle and Mom for their. They wanted to start like a cooking videos, make cooking videos. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing this morning. Dazzle got up early this morning. We dropped off Leanna. Oh, there she is. There she is. She's excited about her cooking today. We dropped off Leanna at school, and then we went to the public market so they can get all the ingredients for their video today. And they're cooking chicken pochero. Chicken pochero. It's actually not a common Filipino dish, but it's really delicious. It's like it's chicken in a tomato-based sauce, lots of vegetables, string beans, cabbage, carrots, potatoes. It's gonna be good. They're gonna go film. They're gonna make a video, and that's gonna be their first collaboration. Dazzle and Mom making their own video, and we're gonna try it out. It's gonna be for members only, just because if we make it public, they can get bashed. I don't want any pressure on them. I just want them to have fun. And I know with our membership, the people that are members in our channel, I know they're kind. They're kind. They're not going to get hammered with like bad comments and all that. So we'll go with that. They're gonna, and we wanted to do something extra for the members of our channel. We wanted to do something for them that's exclusive, members only videos. So that's gonna be the members only videos. Mom and Dazzle, they're gonna be doing cooking videos, introducing the members to like Filipino food, different Filipino food that we eat here in the Philippines. Good morning, Michael. Michael C., my good friend in Trece Martires. He's got one of these cups I gave when he visited with Rose, his partner. When they visited Boracay, I gave him one of these cups. We actually went to lunch at Mang Inasal, hanged out a couple of days. Really fun, really fun. I'm glad I got to do that with Michael and Rose. Love the bed. That's so cool. Yes, and that's the thing. Yesterday, actually, the plan yesterday was supposed to be the cooking thing. Dazzle and Mom were gonna do the cooking yesterday, but Dazzle woke up late. She woke up like her usual 10 a.m. But today she got up, right before 7, before we took Leanna to school. Because here in the public market, usually you want to get to the public market around 7, before 7, all the fresh seafood. It's just, that's kind of like the routine of people here. Like for us, we don't buy, how it is in the US, we have limited time in the US. So a lot of us, when I lived in the US anyway, you shop for like a week at a time, like enough groceries. You don't have to make a repeated trips to the grocery. You pack your refrigerator, your pantry. I mean, if you can avoid the grocery, you try to avoid the grocery because it's a hassle. You got to go through the line. You got, it's like here in the Philippines, it's totally different dynamic. Here in the province, anyway, like in our province of Aklan, it is common for us to go to the public market 3 to 4 times a week because you want to get the fresh stuff. It's like Dazzle and Mom and Leanna, they like seafood, they like fish. And, Dazzle's really particular about her fish. She doesn't like frozen fish. Like if we have to buy fish and have to freeze it in the freezer, Dazzle said it doesn't taste the same, and I kind of agree. The texture's it kind of different once you freeze fish. So that's why here in the Philippines, very common here for people to go to the public market 3 to 4 times a week because you want to get the fresh fish. Some of the fish you get at the market are still alive, freshly caught, so. Tastes better, and so that's why a lot of people here, they go several times a week to go to the public market. Same thing with vegetables. If you buy vegetables, when you put it in the fridge and you leave it there a few days, it's not as fresh. Unlike when you go to the public market, you can pick out the vegetables that you want. You can tell if it's like new stock or new display by the vendor, and then you get home, you cook it. So usually that's the routine here. It's like in the morning, you go shopping in the morning to cook for lunch and dinner. Haley Patel, hi, how are you? I'm doing well. It's July 3rd here. Oh, I was gonna. I always forget. I almost forget. But I always start with like the weather report here because people are always concerned about the weather. So far, there's a low pressure area. There's no typhoons of any kind right now in the Philippine area of responsibility. It's called the PAR, PAR. So far, we've only had one typhoon so far. Typhoon is like a hurricane in the United States. Typhoon Auring, Auring. So far this year, we're already in July, one typhoon. They're predicting maybe 2 or 3 typhoons this coming July, but so far, no typhoon right now. And what they do here is they name the typhoons by the alphabet. Like they started A, Alpha, that was Auring, and the next typhoon is gonna be Bising, Bising, but it hasn't arrived yet. But they already have names prepared for it, all the way to like Y. Usually Y you'll have like Yolanda, U, Ursula. So you can imagine here in the Philippines, we get about, on average every year, we get about 18 to 20 typhoons, 18 to 20 hurricanes here. Mostly they hit like northern Luzon. Like again, right now they have a low pressure area. It says here, low pressure area, northeast, Apari in Cagayan. Cagayan is like northern Luzon, Ilocos Norte region, and then southwest monsoon, that's the other. Because now now that we're in July, we are in rainy season now in the Philippines. From July to December is rainy season here. And what's affecting a lot of areas in the Philippines with rain is called habagat or the monsoon. It can just downpour at any time. Usually the downpour will last maybe 30 minutes, an hour, and then sun will be back out. Like today, a little bit cloudy, but it was sunny. I had to put the blinds here because if I lift the blinds here, the sun's kind of blinding me. But as far as the weather, mostly concentrated in Luzon, like Ilocos region, like I said, Cagayan, Metro Manila, they're gonna expect rain in Metro Manila, Pangasinan, Zambales, Bataan, Cavite. Oh, my friend, Michael, it might be raining in your area. It says here, occasional rains. So it's not like a steady rain. And then here in area. We're in Western Visayas here in Panay Island. It just says cloudy skies with scattered rain and thunderstorms. And that's what exactly is. I can see some clouds, but it's not raining right now. It's a little sunny, actually. It's sunny. So that's the weather. That's the weather report for today. And I also try to track the news. I'm gonna do more news about the Philippines because I think it's important. It's important. One of the news that I said that I found is regarding the SRRV application. Those are the people here that are applying to retire here on the Philippines using the SRRV. It's a retirement program here. You have to make a deposit in a bank here in the Philippines, and it's 50 years old and above is when you can apply for the retirement visa. Many people. My good friend Michael, he showed me his SRRV visa here. It's pretty cool because you get discounts at a lot of things here in the Philippines when you avail the SRRV visa application. And then with that, it's like the veterans have an advantage, veterans, retired military, because they require you to make a deposit in a bank, to hold that deposit in a bank. And for veterans, U.S. Military veterans and retirees, the deposit is small. $1,500 is the deposit that you have to hold in the retirement account. For non-veterans, it could go up to like from $10,000 to $20,000. So that's kind of sometimes people get discouraged because of that big amount. But the thing about the SRV, I wanted to the news that I read about it, starting 1 July 2025. So it already passed. Starting now, if it says here, SRRV application fee is strictly non-refundable, regardless of the reason for discontinuance of the application. And the application, from what I'm told, it's about $1,500 for the application. And I guess many have been applying before and then they cancel it. So starting now, once you apply for the SRRV visa and pay your $1,500 fee, non-refundable. I guess before you were able to refund part of it, but now totally non-refundable. I guess they're having issues with people applying and then changing their mind regarding the SRRV, the retirement visa here in the Philippines. Second half, this is another story on Pag-asa. Pag-asa is the weather people here in the Philippines, kind of like the travel channel, the government agency that monitors tropical storms weather here in the Philippines. And they are predicting, it says here, they're predicting 19 tropical cyclones, typhoons or hurricanes hitting the Philippines in the second half of 2025. Usually we get a bunch of them. Like October seems to be the month of typhoons here. Last year, one area, northern Luzon, they got hit with like 5 typhoons in 1 month. So October is usually, if I would pick a month, not to travel to the Philippines or go on vacation in the Philippines, I would probably select October. Probably not a good time to fly to the Philippines because it could ruin your vacation or your travel plans if you're planning a trip here to the Philippines for a month and you pick October as your month of vacation. All right. And then on the month of July, I'm reading here, they're predicting about 2 to 3 typhoons, again, hurricanes entering the PAR, the Philippine Area of Responsibility. All right. Peach Mango, hello from Bakersfield. All right, I've been to Bakersfield. I lived in Southern California and made trips. You're in California, all the way to Northern California. I had a friend up there we used to visit, and then San Francisco. Been to San Francisco and Bakersfield, Central California. I've been to Bakersfield a couple of times. How was the F1 movie? Oh, my good friend asked me about that. Shane messaged me this morning about F1. Me, I'm a race car fan. I love race cars, NASCAR, Indy, F1. Doesn't matter. I love race cars. And he asked me from 1 to 5, what's your rating? I would give it a 4.5. And I really enjoyed the movie. Dazzle enjoyed the movie too. I didn't give it a solid 5 because it did kind of got long. The movie did kind of get long. It was like over 2.5 hours. Usually my attention span, if it's around hour and a half, 2 hours, that's about the right. But I was like, towards the end there, that was the only reason I didn't give it a 5. But it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth watching F1. I'm glad we saw it. And that's the only movie so far that with Dazzle and I have watched. Oh, you got the GoPro, babe? Are you going to film using the GoPro?
Or do you want me to use my phone?
You can use either one. Whatever's easiest.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever is easiest for you to record.
Maybe my phone, babe.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the GoPro for you to be able to it's easier to edit, but I can edit on my phone.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just edit it on my phone.
Yeah, edit on your phone. Whatever easiest to edit the video. HD right there says nice mug. Nice logo there, HD. Thank you for the logo, Dazzle TV logo right there. And then Dazzle put my trademark picture there, and then she put coffee with Ginno on the other side of the cup. I really like how this mug turned out. And again, I'm not selling the mug. I'm gonna go today, order some more mugs. And then when people meet me or meet us in Boracay, Iloilo, whatever, I will make sure you get a mug. That way, my token of appreciation for supporting our channel.
Supporting the channel.
Yeah, not for sale. I don't want to get into the business of selling cups and people gonna accuse me of trying to, make money on everything. I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather give it as a gift, like I did with Michael. He's the first one with this cup. And then my friend Gray, he was the first one with the other cup design, the first design, babe. But we're going with this design. We like this design because yellow is my favorite color. I love yellow. Bumblebee's yellow. I love anything yellow. So when Dazzle designed this, she had yellow in her mind.
And my favorite is blue.
And Dazzle's favorite is blue. So. Biyumi, Kesay, love Mang Inasal. Mang Inasal, it's a go-to meal for Dazzle. And I think most people, even foreigners, when they try Mang Inasal, my friend David from Arizona, he made a comment when I posted that picture of Mang Inasal. He even says, man, how much he misses Mang Inasal, because Mang Inasal, you really can't beat it. It's fast food. I'm surprised, actually. My other friend in Houston, Texas, she was saying, she's wondering why there's not a Mang Inasal in the United States. Because there's a lot of Jollibees in the United States. And Mang Inasal, Jollibee owns them. So you would think, because Jollibee's already in the U.S., they have the distribution already. At least do a test. At least do a test site, maybe in California or Texas. Texas likes barbecue. Maybe do a test site for Mang Inasal, because, for fast food, Mang Inasal really does a good job. It doesn't even feel like you're eating fast food when you eat at Mang Inasal, because the freshness. The chicken are marinated, the pork sticks are cooked to order. Usually anyway. Different franchises, I'm sure, handle it, but usually when we order like the pork sticks, we have to wait 10-15 minutes because they cook it to order. But the chicken's always good, moist, And then, Mang Inasal here in the Philippines, they started that phenomenon. I call it a phenomenon because I'm seeing it everywhere now. They originated the Unli rice. Unlimited rice is what Mang Inasal started here in the Philippines years back. But now I can't go anywhere now, it seems like, that doesn't offer only rice. That's kind of like the catch now because rice is life in the Philippines and Filipinos love rice. And you tell a Filipino unlimited rice, they're like, ooh man, I can eat as much rice as I can, so it's a good selling point. Very smart of Mang Inasal. But there's Dazzle. She's ready to do her cooking video with mom. They're doing it outside the house because I'm doing the live stream here, and it just got better ambience. I think it's like the view outside. So they're gonna cook outside. They're gonna cut, do their slicing of the vegetables and all that. Do the cooking outside because it's not sunny. There's a shaded area where they can set up their cooking video today. They've been planning it. They've been planning it since last night, what they were going to cook. They were actually going to do it yesterday, but because Dazzle woke up later, they ended up going fishing. That's why the fishing trip was like totally spurred a moment. That's why HD even asked me, James and Karen Adventures would have loved to have gone to the fishing. And we will invite them. We're going to go fishing with them at Loola's Fish Farm. We're actually going to see them July 20 because of Karen's birthday. We're going to go to Balete to their house for Karen's birthday. And Dazzle's birthday is actually the 24th. So we're gonna, and Dazzle, I already asked her what does she want for her birthday this year, and she said fishing. Of course, fishing. So I'm gonna do some setup at Loola's Fish Farm for Dazzle's birthday cake, food, and everything. And of course, we're gonna invite James and Karen of James and Karen Adventures. If you haven't subscribed to their channel, please, good channel to you love their life here in Balete, Aklan, province life. They have domesticated. They got like chickens, they got ducks, they got geese. Pigs. It's like a real, like, authentic province life here in Aklan province. Miyumi Kesay, taga saan ka po? I was born and raised sa Manila. Lumaki ako sa Manila till I was 12 years old. I left Manila. When I was 12 to move to the United States. Ended up in Los Angeles, California. I graduated elementary school at Letran College in Intramuros, Manila. Letran College is I guess one of the good schools. It still is, I would consider. Our school is like an all-boys Catholic school at the time, but I do know they got girls now in that school, like a college, I think. I haven't been to our my alma mater in Manila, but I went to an all-boys Catholic school, graduated elementary school at Letran College, then moved to the United States, and then I joined the military when I was 17. Did 20 years active duty, then I retired from the military. And then in 2011, I came back here to the Philippines for good. This is where my forever home, it's like, I love it here in the Philippines. I always wanted to get back to the Philippines. It's always felt home for me because when I was in the military, if you joined the military in the United States, you never put any roots down. My 20 years in the military, I was stationed at 7 different bases. So almost every 3 years, you're moving. So it's hard to it's hard to call any place in the U.S. your home. And even like me, when I lived in Los Angeles, I went to high school in Long Beach. Once I left for the military, I would never, I might have visited Long Beach a couple of times, but, my friends that were in Long Beach, they all, separate ways, and, people move. My relatives in California even moved to Texas. We had a big migration of my family. A lot of us were in Los Angeles County, lived in Los Angeles County. And I think it was early 2000, they all moved to Houston, Texas. So most of my relatives now are in Houston, Texas. My sister lives in Houston, Texas. My grandma lives in Manila, and I visited her 2018. Yeah, but I don't go much to Manila because I'm not a fan of Manila, actually. It's like I grew up there. To me, I guess I'm older now. I'll be 59 in less than a month. It's like I'm getting up there in age now. But I prefer the province life. I live here in Aklan province for the last 14 years, but I'm not from here. When I landed here in Aklan province, I did not know anybody here. The only person I knew in Aklan province was my landlord. Because I picked Boracay Island as my retirement destination when I first landed here in Aklan. And my landlord was the only person I knew when I landed here in 2011. I have no relatives, no connection with the Aklan province, but now I do. Dazzle's from Katiklan, Aklan, mom, Liana. So I have a whole family now. I have a whole family here in Aklan now. So this is my forever home now. We're not going anywhere. This is where the rest of my life I'm gonna live it here in Aklan province. Maybe in a couple of years I'll move back to Boracay because Dazzle and I we've been talking about. We did 32 days. We just finished our 32 days in Boracay, and we just love Boracay. For me, Boracay Islands is my happy place. I know many people say Boracay Island is touristy, it's expensive, but not for us, not for the locals here in Aklan, because for one, we're Aklan residents, so we don't pay like that environmental tax the people pay to get into Boracay. We don't pay the terminal fee to go, use the ports in Boracay. All we really need to go when we go to Boracay, we pay the boat fee, and the boat fee is 50 pesos each way, so less than $1 for the boat fees, all we pay. And then for us, we don't really, when we stay in Boracay, White Beach Boracay is the touristy part. It's like where all the tourists go because of White Beach is amazing. 4 or 5 kilometers of just pure white sand. Voted top 10 beach in the world. It's always like in the top 10 beach in the world. And you can see, if you go to Boracay, you'll see that. But the concentration of tourists are on White Beach. Like the 32 days Des and I spent, we spent it in Diniwid Beach. And Diniwid Beach is more local. More locals stay in Diniwid Beach. So we don't get the tourist prices. We don't, we know how to avoid the tourist trap, tourist prices, the locals, when you're there, I guess they can sense the vendors, the hawkers of different items. They can tell if you're a local or if you're a Aklanon, they can tell. They can tell who the tourists are, because usually the tourists, they'll walk around Boracay. They buy all the tourist souvenirs, the tourist hat, the tourist Boracay shirt, Us, we just kind of blend in with the locals. Political, I'm sorry, Louie. Political things, we don't do politics, religion, we don't do that on our channel because never goes good, never goes good. Oh, right there, that's also showing her new cutting board. Look at that cutting board. Let me show them, babe. Dazzle bought this new cutting board because they're gonna be slicing up some vegetables and stuff. This thing is massive, man. I hate to be like smacked on the head with this cutting board, babe.
And it's thick.
It's thick too. Yeah, it's a nice cutting board. Nice cutting board that you got there, babe. I was trying to decide whether or not to watch F1 on IMAX or D-Box. I went with IMAX for the picture and sound. I think it would have been fun to have simulated. Ooh, right, HD, a simulated racing scene. But I would have loved to see that movie on IMAX, and that would have been. I mean, the theater was nice because it's for us that's already nice. But we've watched the last IMAX movie we watched last year. We watched Dune 2, and I know we're going to Iloilo City next week. So I always kind of look, when we go to SM City Iloilo, I always kind of look what's on IMAX because, that's the only IMAX in the whole Panay Island. I think in the whole Western Visayas. I don't know if there's another IMAX anywhere, but I know Iloilo's got an IMAX
They
that is.
have a really nice
Nice chair. They say that Dazzle even says the IMAX theater in Iloilo City. It's got a really nice chair, because like it's leather. You can recline it. You can almost lay down. You lay down on that chair. Dazzle loves. And then at the theater there, they have a full like snack bar, popcorn, soda, everything. Unlike in City Mall Boracay, the snack bar was closed, so you have to bring your own snacks. But at SM City Iloilo, they have a full array of snacks, a whole, snack bar at the theater. It's the whole experience. It's the whole experience of the theater that we like. There we go. Hey, Edgar, all right, Edgar. Hey, Edgar, Mom and Dazzle, they're outside. They're gonna start their filming their cooking video. So expect that video, man. After Dazzle's gonna edit, she's doing the whole production. I'm staying out of it, because like it works better that way. She'll film it on her iPhone, I think, and then she'll edit it. So they're setting up. They're setting up their cooking video. Dazzle is 100% correct. Frozen fish not good on a lot of different fish. Yeah, Chloe is playing with her bowl. It's that she was the one making the noise, so I had to take Chloe's bowl away from her. Let's be quiet, Chloe. She's out here playing with her bowl. She's already eaten. I know. Here, come here, Chloe. Show you, Chloe. Come here, baby. You're gonna be my co-host this morning. Chloe just got a puppy cut. Dazzle always grooms Chloe, so she got a puppy cut. Of course, when I pick up Chloe, Totoy wants to be petted also, because it's like, how come Chloe gets picked up and I'm not getting picked up? So Totoy is right here. The two dogs are right beside me now. But Chloe, she got a puppy cut from her mama. Dazzle does the grooming with Chloe. She does a really good job. She's gotten good at giving Chloe a haircut. Chloe is part Shih Tzu, so normally Chloe's got like really thick hair. And Dazzle, she likes to keep her hair short, like a puppy cut like this. That way she's not hot, because Philippines is hot. But Chloe is 11 years old now. And Totoy is 9 years old. So they've been our babies for a long time now. So we always like, we try to do everything with them now, take a lot of pictures, because, dogs, the lifespan for dogs. So we're trying to just enjoy them, because I know, dogs don't last very long. It's not like, I wish they could last like people, because Chloe's been our baby for so long now. All right. I'll put you down, baby. Yeah, Edgar, like I said, I think even with most seafood, when you freeze them, they just don't, the texture's off when you freeze them. It's a lot better when it's fresh, or when it's even alive. It's like shrimp. When you buy shrimp and prawns here at the public market in the morning, their legs are still moving. The big prawns, they're still moving. Looks like that. Yes, Dazzle is up HD, because she's doing a cooking video with Mom. They're outside, actually. They're cooking outside. They have this table set up outside, a chair, and they're gonna do the slicing of the veggies. They're gonna cook chicken pochero. They got all the ingredients at the market, or we just came from the public market. The chicken, they bought all the vegetables that come with the pochero. They even bought, I think the pochero comes with the saba, that the plantain banana. So it'll have like, I think, carrots, potato, plantain, banana, cabbage. I mean, lots. I think she got bok choy too, like pechay. So should be a good lunch. I'm like excited to eat lunch today. But the cooking video is courtesy of Edgar. Thank you so much, Edgar, for donating the buy me coffee that allowed them to get the ingredients, and then that big cutting board, because we have a tiny cutting board, so Dazzle wanted to get that big cutting board, and they'll keep producing. They'll keep producing cooking videos. That's not the only one. They plan on doing more cooking videos. Thank you again, Edgar. Good morning, Ginno and Dazzle. Good morning, JB, my good friend in Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Ginno. Namaste, Mom Janet. Namaste, Mom Janet. HD. Hi, Janet. All right. Hello, everyone. The usual people on our live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you, the regulars, for being on the live stream. Messi or Ronaldo? I'm not a big soccer fan, but I have seen Messi more. I guess here in the Philippines, I watch it when I can, but I'm more a basketball fan. Here in the Philippines, soccer is not big in the Philippines. All we see here, there's a professional basketball league, a Filipino basketball league, in the NBA. Even FIBA, they show here. They don't show many soccer games on the television here in the Philippines, which is a shame, because that would be a good sport. I think Filipinos would be good at, and they can compete, because in soccer, height's not a big factor. Like in basketball, Filipinos love basketball, but there's not many tall Filipinos, so we're at a disadvantage. I mean, now there's like Kai Soto, he's 7 foot, but not many of Kai Sotos out there, not many Filipino 7-footers. I hope you all have a good connection in it. Yes. Thank you there. Yahoo! All right, peanut butter travels. All right. I'm too young for SRRV. They used to be, SRRV actually was lower than 50 HD. I remember when it was 35, but it was abused by the Chinese, the Chinese that came here to the Philippines, because they came here on the SRRV and they were working, the whole time they had plans on working. So they kind of ruined it for people, but now they upped it to like age 50. Hey, Alba Thoughts, my good friend Lawrence. Hey, what's up, man? Good morning. Compared to other countries, the Philippines has many good and reasonable price visa options, especially veterans. Yes. I've done comparisons, and people, that I talk to, the Philippines, I've mentioned before, has some of the easiest ways to stay in a country visa-wise. Even the tourist visa. I mean, it's hard to find a tourist visa anywhere in the world that allows you to stay up to 3 years at one time. You just got to extend. It's basically just paying the fee. That's hard to find. Most countries, after a certain amount of time, usually after 6 months, they're trying to figure out what you're doing in their country. Usually they'll try to figure out, are you really a tourist? Here in the Philippines, I know people here on a tourist visa over 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, continuing on the tourist visa. Thank you, Mom Janet. Thank you for blocking that person. Thank you. Hello, how are you, sir? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, James and Karen. All right. Good morning. James and Karen. We went fishing yesterday, James and Karen, but it was spur of the moment. Actually, their mom and Dazzle were gonna cook. That was the plan yesterday morning, was to do a cooking video. But Dazzle woke up late. So she woke up like at 10 a.m. So by the time we got going, it's like Dazzle goes, I want to go fishing. So I said, all right, we'll go fishing. And we hadn't eaten lunch. we actually ended up eating at Loola's Fish Farm in Makato, Aklan. They have your usual. I think I had long silog, longganisa, garlic rice and egg. Mom had the tapsilog, the tapa, the egg, and the garlic rice. And Daz got the bangus, bangsilog, the bangus milkfish, fried milkfish, sunny side up egg, and garlic rice. So we ate lunch, and then I left them there. I'm not much of a fisherman, man. It's like Dazzle's the one, the fisher person in the family, and Mom too. Both of them. I mean, they get along well fishing because like I posted their photos. They really get into it. They get competitive with their fishing. So after lunch I left. Like 12:30. I left them there, and then Dazzle messaged me around 5:30. So they were there 5 hours of fishing. And in those 5 hours, they caught almost 2 kilos of tilapia. Good sized tilapia too. I mean, it was dinner last night. Fried tilapia was dinner last night. But they had a great time. They had a great time. And Dazzle actually, I know we're headed to your place on Karen's birthday, James and Karen. But Dazzle's birthday is actually the 24th. So she told me yesterday she wanted her birthday celebration to be at Loola's Fish Farm. So we'll invite you now, James and Karen, to Loola's Fish Farm for Dazzle's birthday. I'm gonna get cake. I'm gonna get food set up. I know you like Coke Zero, so I'm gonna make sure Coke Zero, James. I'm gonna make sure we got Coke Zero. But Dazzle's, I'll get you I'll firm up the dates. I'll reserve with Loola's Fisher. I'll try to do it like not on a Saturday or Sunday, because Saturday, Sunday, I got to look at the calendar. What's a good day? Because Saturday and Sunday, there's a lot of people that go fishing there. It's more fun on the weekday. Like if we go there Monday to Friday, hardly anybody there. We would have the fish farm all to ourselves, and we'll probably end up catching more fish. Because you don't have competition. Saturday and Sunday. It's like sometimes Loola's Fish Farm. A lot of people go fishing. They're playing their music, their boombox and their loud music, and that kind of interferes with fishing. I would think, when I'm not a fisherman, like I said, but when I do like fishing, when I do go fishing, I like it to be peaceful, quiet. All I can hear is the birds, or maybe the fish jumping out, on the water, making sounds on the water. I like that peace, the peace and quiet sound. So I'll schedule it, but that's where we're gonna celebrate Dazzle's birthday, is at Loola's Fish Farm, and we're gonna invite like Dazzle's family in Katiklan, so they can come to go fishing. Because that's Dazzle's favorite activity, fishing. It's like that's her happy place. When Dazzle's fishing, she's really happy, really happy. Thank you for joining the live stream here, James and Karen. And please check out James and Karen's adventures on YouTube. They have a very good YouTube channel. Good people, humble people. They're kind people. Check out their channel. JB, all right, hello. All right, how's the new ref? How's the new ref? Hello, the best regards. All right. Ooh, Daniel, my good friend in Jacksonville, Florida. I messaged you back, Daniel. I saw your message to me on my messenger. I answered you back regarding Boracay. That video, I did watch the video you sent me about those. I mean, that's a lot of restaurants they ate in. 35, I don't think I've eaten that many places in Boracay. But, it was really, they did an in-depth research on the good eats in Boracay. Wish I had your problem. Be happy to share. Give some of my years. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Like I said on my messenger when I messaged you back, Daniel, when in Boracay, because we all have different tastes. If you stay there, if you go to Boracay, it's good that you watch the video. There's, gives you an idea, like that K-egg. I love K-egg, that Korean sandwich. They have this Korean sandwich here. Usually in the bun that they use is kind of like the size of a Texas toast. I'm not sure if people know what the Texas toast is like. I think a bigger bread, and it's not dense. It's really fluffy. And what they do with the Korean egg sandwich, it's scrambled egg, but the scrambled egg is like really fluffy. It's not like a thick, so it's a good sandwich, like a Korean egg sandwich. And they'll put like bulgogi in it. They can put seaweed in it. They can put kimchi in it. It's just like it had become popular in Boracay. There used to be anyway many Chinese and many Korean restaurants in Boracay, but lately they've been closing. Because we're not getting the number of Chinese tourists in Boracay anymore like we did before. Before, I mean, they were coming in the thousands, daily. I mean, but the conflict between the tension between the Philippines and China. I don't see many Chinese people now here in our province, period. Even in Calibo. I used to remember I would go to the mall in Calibo, at City Mall Calibo. Half the people there were Chinese at one time because they would pick the passengers up at Calibo Airport, and the Chinese always wanted to hit the malls, shopping at the malls, shopping at the local places here in Calibo before they go to Boracay. Those tours are gone. I have not seen those tours probably since after the pandemic. They haven't been. And then the Koreans, from what I'm learning, the Koreans have moved to other places of the Philippines. Like I know a lot of them have the businesses, the Korean business people, they moved to Bohol, Panglao, Bohol, because they were complaining how much it's so expensive for them to run a business in Boracay. So that's why a lot of them moved to Panglao, Bohol. So on the main road, I noticed it on the main road of Boracay, even on Front Beach, White Beach, Boracay. A lot of Chinese, a lot of Korean restaurants have closed, being replaced by like Filipino businesses, more catering. Boracay is now moving towards catering more to Filipinos. Good morning, JM5M Business. Good morning. Sergeant, greetings. All right, Sergeant, hello. All right. I'm good, Janet. Hopefully you are good. Your aircon all fixed. Yes, I remember. Hopefully they fixed your AC, Mom Janet. Hello, Ginno's groupies. I don't know about Ginno's groupies now, Daniel. That's funny. Sergeant USA. JB, no, I'm playing jump into the pool tub. Become a tub fish. Hey, anything to stay cool, Mom Janet. Anything to stay cool. I know all about that living here in the Philippines. It's like water, going to the beach, going to the swimming pool, anything to stay cool here in the Philippines during the summer months. But right now it's not bad because right now it's already considered rainy season, even though I haven't seen any rain here since I've been back here in Numancia. But rainy season, the weather's cooler, temperatures. We don't use our air conditioning as much, even at nighttime. If I open our windows because we have screen to keep bugs out, nice and cool in our room. No need for air conditioning. Went to the movies. All right, so they were showing that Daniel here before they showed F1 that 28 years later. How was that, Daniel? Did you like that movie?
I read on Facebook, it wasn't good.
That's all right on Facebook. It wasn't good, she said. Who's in F1? F1 is Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is the star of F1. Yep, Brad Pitt right there. He's still in terrific shape. Yes, definitely. I mean, Brad, great shape for JB. Ginno, the picture of Dazzle's mom all up on the coconut tree to catch the tilapia. They are definitely, I'm telling you, that's why I added that picture, JB. They're competitive. And mom, I guess she climbed the coconut tree so she can reach farther because they were using like the cane and line. Dazzle has a rod and reel because one of our subscribers from Montana said, but they like going old school, man. They don't like that. Dazzle still struggles with that rod and reel. They like going that old school Filipino, man, like the bamboo cane, like stretching the bamboo cane as far as you can get, And their little bobber. It's funny, like I'm looking at their fishing. Their little bobber is like a styrofoam. And they put styrofoam, and that's their little bobber. And you can see their little bobber sink. It's a cutout of styrofoam. Man, Filipinos, man, are just genius. They come up with like ingenious ways, Oh, thank you so much. Date night. All right, thank you so much, Mom Janet. Thank you. Definitely, we try to have, even Mom is here, Leanna's here, Dazzle and I, we always make an attempt to have like a date night, just the two of us to go out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Wish I did not see it. Huge letdown. All right, that's what Dazzle just mentioned. Daniel, she came around here. She said she saw on Facebook. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Again. Very generous, Janet. Yellow, a happy color. Yes, I've always, yellow's been, when my last car in the U.S., I had a Mustang, a yellow Mustang. I had a road bike. I like road cycling in the U.S. and my road bicycle was yellow. So yellow's always been my favorite color. That's why Dazzle, when she made the cup, she made it yellow because she knew that I really like yellow. Janet, a tubfish, whatever. Yes, I understand that, Mom Janet, because it's the same way here. Where, during the summer months in the Philippines, March, April, and May, that's the peak summer here in the Philippines. We do all we can to stay cool because it gets hot. Heat index ranging like this past summer got up to like 118 was the highest heat index, and with the humidity, it's not like when I lived in Arizona, it would get up to 120 degrees, but it's dry heat, Here it's like it gets to the heat index of 118 and then humidity. You can't almost wear a t-shirt because you'll just be sweating in your t-shirt, and then you have to keep hydrating. That's why we drink a lot of these Vita Boost, vitamin C drinks, just because of the heat. And even now, even though it's not as hot, we're used to drinking coconut water, Vita Boost water. Just to hydrate, Vegas Will, all right, thank you. Yo, get a mug. You get a mug. Thank you so much. Too kind, Vegas Will. Appreciate that, my friend. Yes, and that's what I'll do. I'll order more of the mugs, and then if you visit Boracay, you visit Panay Island, I meet you somewhere, I'll hand you a mug. That way, I'd rather give than charge people. I don't want to do the thing, like make money off merchandise. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather be more personal. It's like I know my friend Gray and I know my friend Michael that have the mug now. They're proud of their mug, man. They're sending me pictures. They're sending me pictures with Copico Blanco. It's like they said, Ginno, I'm drinking Copico Blanco. And to me, that's priceless That's priceless because there's a connection there. There's a friendship there. That's more important to me than making profit of a mug. I'd rather give the mug away. Will, hey buddy, I didn't go, so no news. Okay, Oprah. Okay, Oprah. That's funny. I didn't even catch that. Thank you, Adrian. You get a mug. That's right. That's Oprah. That's funny. LOL. Hey, Mark, my good friend, White Mark. I call him White Mark because he has a brother that's is Filipino, so it's like brown Mark and white Mark. So this is my good friend, White Mark. What's up, brother? Just bought some fire. Awesome, awesome. Our White Mark is like the coolest guy. He loves fireworks. And when he was here last in Aklan, he was here in Numancia. Actually, we went to the beach. They have a beach house right on Navitas Beach, and White Mark, he bought like, man, it had to be like 600, 700 bottle rockets. And it's not the tiny bottle rockets that he bought. These are like the long bottle rockets, bamboo bottle rockets. And he had a system. I have it on video, actually. I'm glad I have it on video because I can still watch it. They had a system where he had it lined up on this, they made this wooden contraption with like metal on it. And he had all the bottle rockets lined up. So when he lights up one, it just starts firing, and it's like 100 of them, like one after the other, and they just fill out the sky. It's just awesome. That memory will always stick in my head, Mark. You know, it's like that's so. And then 4th of July, that'll be perfect, man. Your rockets. I have not seen that ever since. Yeah, after that, I have seen fireworks, you know, at the plaza, you know, at the Numancia Plaza, and then when they have it at Ati-Atihan over in Calibo, but nothing like yours, man, because that was an experience. Because we were on the beach. The beach was dark, you know, not very well lit, you know, and then when you light the rockets, that was just like lighting up everything. That was just a cool memory, Mark. I'm glad you shared that with me and Dazzle. That's okay. Next time, all right. Grace and Shield. Oh, no, we are talking. I love it when we talk food. Oh, I know who this is now. Oh, Suki. All right, great. All right. That's my good friend, Gray. Thank you for coming on the live stream, man. And I know you got the cup, man, and it's not this one, it's the other one. Me and you are the only ones that will have that cup. These are the cup that I'm having made, and this is I'll give this to people that meet me. But that one cup that you have, Gray, that me and you, just the only ones with that cup. HD, you know we moderator support. Next one from us. I'm a super chatter. Love to send. All right. Thank you, Mom Janet. Hey, HD. All right. I see HD putting the hammer on people. I might have to like have Dazzle design another, like maybe add a hammer to the mug here, you know, put like a little hammer on it. I like that. I like the hammer. Losita, my good friend in Maine. Hello, Losita. Good morning to my friend. Oh, thank you. So kind, Losita. Hope all is well. I missed the live. Yes, no worries. I'll just keep doing the live streams, you know, as long as I have time. Like right now, Dazzle and Mom, they're doing their cooking video outside, so I have time. I think the only thing I have scheduled today, I know at 9:30, the guy from California, we're having our third call. He's gonna call me, so I'll wait till because he is really, I know he really wants to come here to the Philippines. October is his target date, and I'm not convinced he's ready. I wish that he would save more money. That's what I'm trying to tell him. I think he needs more money. I don't think he has enough money to, he's living on Social Security alone, but he's got, his savings. To me, it's not enough. I think you need more savings, especially since he's on Social Security. Medicare is not accepted here in the Philippines. So if he gets sick, he needs that money for emergency care here, and then a ticket back to the U.S. if he need. I know you're taking a chance. In my opinion, you're taking a chance when you don't have that medical piece of moving here or retiring here in the Philippines. If you don't have that medical piece locked down, a lot of people I know in the United States, Filipino Americans, they know what life is in the Philippines. a lot of them are now coming to the Philippines because of Medicare. Because they have Medicare in the United States, they have medical insurance with Medicare, and that's not accepted here in the Philippines. So that's holding them back. That's why now, I did a video regarding Medicare portability. There's a bill trying to get pushed in the House of Representatives. There's support for it, that to make Medicare available here in the Philippines. There's, I think, eight countries test. They want to test like Medicare in those 8 countries, allies of the United States. So it's not just any country; it's got to be allies of the United States. So we'll see. Hopefully, it's part of the FY 2026 budget if it gets pushed through. So that's only 1 October. So there's hope. There's hope. I know it's not the first time something like that had pushed, and then that's why when I made the video, people were even commenting, "Oh, that's never gonna get approved." But I always say never. It doesn't mean if it gets turned down again, why not keep trying? Because try until it happens. If they don't try, it's never gonna happen. It's one of those things. JB, that's what I need. Thank you, Mom Janet. No, yeah, we got HD in here anyway, putting the hammer on people here. You're gonna clock him. That's funny. Who's monitoring this? What kind of fish are we cooking? When will there be food? I need details. All right, great. Today, Mom and Dazzle, they're outside. They set up a table outside. Their our one burner stove. They took it out there. We have an extension cord, so they'll cook. We don't use propane in our house. We just have a one burner electric. So they're gonna cook out there. Gray, they're gonna cook. It's called chicken pochero. I'll send you a picture after the live stream of what they're cooking. It's chicken on like a soup base. The soup has tomato paste, so it'll have a more not a sweet taste, no sugar. It'll be more tomato on the soup, and then it'll have the sweetness will come from saba. Saba is the plantain banana. So there are gonna be plantain bananas on the dish. There's gonna be potatoes, carrots, cabbage, string beans, bok choy. So a lot of vegetables and the chicken and then the soup. So I seen them. Oh, they're even wearing aprons. That's on it. They're really getting into it. I see them wearing aprons. That's pretty cool. So they're gonna keep doing. I think they were excited about it last night. They were talking about it, planning it. There's Dazzle. Oh, how's the cooking going, babe?
We just started preparing the ingredients.
Oh, you just cutting the ingredients?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Mom did.
Your mom did. She did all the.
I'm gonna do the cooking.
You're gonna do the cooking. Mom is doing the sous chef. And you're in the shade, right? You're not in the sun. Make sure you guys are in the shade. We got a little carport where it used to be for Bumblebee, the carport, but I've been lazy to put the Bumblebee in a carport. I just leave Bumblebee now on the street. But there's a shaded area where they can cook. And the way the sun is this morning, it's not, there's areas in our yard that's like not direct sun, so they won't be exposed to the sun. And it'll be for lunch, great. It'll be for lunch. This will be our lunch today with rice, of course, steamed rice. You need details? I'll send you photos after they're done. They even got a bowl to put the dish, once it's all done. And Dazzle, she showed it earlier. She even bought a new cutting board. I mean, it's like a big cutting board, wooden cutting board. Good morning, Lucita. All right. Good morning, Janet. All right. Same, Olger Catholic School, high school and grade. Yes. And it did me well, I think, Mom Janet. I know, when I went to an all-boys Catholic school, my elementary years, we were just so regimented, I see kids now, the way they act, it's like, this was in the 70s, 70s when I went to elementary school in an all boys Catholic school. They were strict for us, and it almost kind of, I think it prepared me for the military. I guess that's why I ended up being in the military when I was 17, was because I was just used to structure. I was used to, like, in Letron College, the way our elementary, we didn't have like the same setup like when I went to the U.S. I went to a public school, Long Beach Wilson High, a public school in Long Beach, California. In the Philippines, when I was attending elementary school, we have our blackboard, the blackboard where the teacher writes. Underneath the blackboard was our locker, and then our desk was our desk for the whole day. Our chair and our desk, one person desk, one person chair. That's where we sit the whole day, from like 7:30 till like 3:30 in the afternoon. We didn't move. We didn't move. The teachers were the ones that would come to our classrooms. Like if first period was science, our science teacher would come in, and then once that hour is done, that when the science teacher leaves, our math teacher comes in. Usually we had like a 5-10 minute between teachers, and we could run into our locker, which was underneath the blackboard, and we can get snacks. Our parents would pack us like our lunch and pack us snacks, a fruit or whatever, and we can snack and then we could eat. So we basically stayed in that classroom like that, and then we couldn't make a lot of noise. You don't want the next teacher to come in and, if we're making noise, if we're playing around in the classroom. We just didn't do that. It was just like, I remember how strict they were. Like, you go to your locker, you get, your whatever snack, you sit in your chair, you snack, and you throw it in the we were just like, it almost felt like the military. I think that's what prepared me for the military, was like the rules, and back then, they were allowed to smack our hand. It's like, I know that's probably not allowed now. I'm I don't know, but like, I remember our teachers had like a little stick, and then if we were like, fidgety in the table or not paying attention, the teacher can come around and smack you in the hand, and you're like, "Oops, I'm goofing up," so I better straighten up. Very, very regimented, very strict going to Catholic school. And then I remember every day we had mass. That was part of class. It was like from 7:30, and then right around 11:30, we had to attend mass before we ate lunch. So. I guess that routine just kind of like, it was a big change when I moved to the United States going to public school, because public school in the U.S., it was like, you're the one that had to go to different classrooms. Your locker was in a separate building, and you're rushing to like get your books, to make it to the next class. Totally different, but. It was a good experience that I was able to grow up in the Philippines in that environment, and then attend high school in the U.S. I got to see both worlds. How it's night and day. It's just night and day. It's like I remember. We didn't have a cafeteria. We don't have like, you brought your lunch to school. Same thing with Leanna now. They have snack bars but it's a pay snack bar. You have, same thing with Letron. We had a canteen, but you had to buy stuff at the canteen. It wasn't like in the US where when it's lunchtime, the food was free. You fall in line and you get a tray and you get your, spaghetti, pizza, apple, milk, nothing like that in the Philippines. I have not seen anything like a food program here for the kids in the Philippines. They just don't have the budget. They don't have the budget for that. Kids here in the Philippines, their family is responsible to bring food for them for lunch and recess. James, Philippines is great. Love Surigao. Absolutely. Yes. I had mentioned that, I haven't been to Surigao. I've watched videos. There's a family that I've been watching them. They live in Surigao. The thing I was going to mention though, like I think I mentioned it on the other live stream. the reason the Philippines, there's a poll that came out in Asia, and the Philippines is lagging as far as somebody had I think influencer or something that had pointed out that the Philippines, with all the nice beaches here in the Philippines, all the islands, beautiful white sand beaches, uh, envy of other Southeast Asian countries, that we have so many beautiful beaches here, Surigao, Palawan, Boracay, even in Camarines, just so many. How the Philippines ranks low compared to Vietnam, Thailand, even Cambodia. We're like number 7 or number 8 when it comes to tourists. And again, I mentioned this. I think it's just because of the infrastructure and then the geography too, because the Philippines is just so spread out. You got 7,000 islands, over 7,000 islands spread out. It's not connected. The islands are not, and they're trying to build bridges to connect the islands. Like even here in Panay Island, you have the 4 provinces in Panay Island. You have Antique Province, Iloilo Province, Capiz, and Aklan. But after that, you have to take a boat to get to another island, to get to like Bacolod, Negros Island. It's at least, even on the fast craft, you're talking about 2 to 3 hours on the fast craft. On the regular Roro, you're talking about 4 to 5 hours just to get to an island. So that's what makes it difficult. Like a lot of people that visit the Philippines, it can get expensive here in the Philippines if you want to do domestic travel. Like the person here, James, he loves Surigao. But if you come to the Philippines to go to Surigao, like even for me here in Aklan province, if I wanted to go to Surigao, it's not just me going to the Calibo airport or Caticlan airport, fly to Surigao 1 hour, hour and a half, and I'm there. It isn't. It's just so difficult. Like for me, I would have to go to Caticlan, which is about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half if I take the public transportation. Go to Caticlan, fly from Caticlan to Cebu, which is about an hour flight to Cebu. So I'll fly that, get to Cebu, and then catch a flight from Cebu to Surigao City. So that's another flight. And of course, when it's a flight like that, there's waiting time at the airport. And then when you get to Surigao City, it's another ferry. I think it's 2 hours, I think, Surigao City to go to Surigao Island. So it takes a whole day almost for me. And it should be like a one jump, like one airplane, hour and a half. But it will take a day for me to travel from just my house here to go to Surigao Island. That's why it's so difficult. And if you're only vacationing 4 or 5 days, you already kill 1 day going there and then 1 day coming back. So you only have like 3 days in Surigao Island. So that's what makes domestic travel in the Philippines difficult. I mean, it's not expensive. I mean, you can get really good deals. I mean, for $50, $60 on a flight, but it's just not efficient. I guess there's really not a way for them to get around it, just because because the islands are so spread out. Same thing in Palawan. If you want to go to Coron or El Nido, it's a trek to get there. It's going to take you a day. And you would think, the Philippines is it's a tiny set of islands, but for me to get to Palawan, it'll take a day for me to fly, because if I go to Cebu from Caticlan, if I fly into Cebu, chances are I'm going to have a waiting in Cebu 5-6 hours to catch the flight to Puerto Princesas in Palawan, and then from there it's another van drive to Coron or El Nido. It's just not easy to travel domestic in the Philippines. And then I mentioned on the other live stream, we don't have like rail system. That would be nice if there's like a train that you can ride. They're building one. They're building a train from Manila to Angeles City, like to Clark City, but the Philippines is not even connected by train. It's like I watch videos all the time of other countries, and you can see people can hop on a train and they can just, sitting on the train, nice view of everything, and travel the country. We just don't have that here in the Philippines. in Panay Island, I don't think there's a single train track here, or I've never seen a train in the whole Panay Island. I've never seen a train in Negros Island. I've never seen a train in Cebu. You know, it's like there's no train. You know, you would think that would be like an easy way to travel. At one time, I'm sure they had trains here in the Philippines, but they just don't exist now. So Fortune Ibiernes. Good AM, Ginno. Raining hard here. I heard like on the news earlier. I had it on YouTube, and I know it's like they were even showing on YouTube flood. You know, flood in Metro Manila. It doesn't take much for Metro Manila. There's certain areas in Metro Manila that are, even when I was in the 70s. You know, like when I used to go to school from Quezon City to Manila. I had to ride the jeepney to go to school, and it would take me 45 minutes to an hour. And going through España by University or Santo Tomas, that area right there was always flooded. It could rain 30 minutes and that area is flooded. There's just areas, there's pockets of areas in Metro Manila easily flood because I guess, they're sea level. Most of Manila is on sea level. Yellow warning rainfall. So some areas have declared no classes. Yes, I remember that plenty, man, because like I said, I went to Manila elementary school, and even back then they would suspend classes the minute because you couldn't get to school. Roads would be flooded. Kids that were already in school early have to go home or picked up now. Yes. Thank you for that information, Fortune. Someone give Ginno some tissue. Forever home. Forever home. They are changing the 4th of July fireworks to a drone show. I have seen those on YouTube. Those are cool, man, how they could do that drone show. Oh, great, HD. I'll be looking forward to that. For sure. I love the videos that you produce, HD. Can't wait to check that out. A drone show. That'd be cool. I was in Manila for the parading, the Black Nazarene. Yes. A Quiapo Church. Quiapo Church. My relatives in Manila, but even back in the 70s, that was a big deal for my relatives to participate at the Black Nazarene in Quiapo Church. Yes, very wild, right? Very wild, like even the handkerchief, the towel, and all that, like crazy scene in Quiapo. It's like if I've never been live. I've always just seen it on video, and my family member, because I was too young, in the 70s. Like I said, I was 12. I wouldn't be around that at 12 years old, just because it's chaos. It's chaos. I mean, there's people passing out. There's people like, it's like not a place for a kid. That's for sure. Hello, Ginno, my friend. Just stopped. Thank you, Siege Meister. Appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs up. I gotta keep hydrating. I'm just used to like hydrating all day. Part of my routine here in the Philippines, because if you don't hydrate well here in the Philippines, I always tell Dazzle here, that's what causes some headaches sometimes here if you're not well hydrated. James, January 9 is the Black Nazarene procession. Over 2 million. I know it's like it's quite a scene. I know Quiapo Church by that bridge. I mean, everything's just like jam-packed of people, and that's like a small space. It's not like the amount of people that participate in the procession. HD, I just subbed you. I want to see the drone. Show. HD has some good videos of like Japanese culture celebration in this area, in Northern California area. Lucita, the cutting board be great to do the couture. My friend Gray talked about that charcuterie board. So I'll have to research that. I'll have to research that. Lucita, thank you for that, because my friend mentioned that to me. We have not tried that. We have not. We're not. I have not tried that. Let me take a picture of that. That way I can research it. Cutting board. I thought that was a paddle for. It's a big board, man. I mean, like, they sell those at the public market here. I mean, it's like it's a massive cutting board, man. Hey, how you feeling? All right. I know it was amazing to see. Yeah, good, amazing to see. I remember a lot of my relatives in Manila, they do that every year. The Black Nazarene Quiapo Church, they participate in that. It's kind of like, I guess, if once you participate, you continue every year. It's called, I think, panata. Panata is kind of like your commitment. You're like you almost, it's a if you don't do it one year, they it's a big deal to them. It's a big deal to them how I've been doing it for the last 20 years, 25 years, and every year they have to make it to Quiapo Church for the Black Nazarene procession. Ouch! Remember getting swats with a big paddle like that? Ooh, man! I know, man. Now the one the cutting board dazzler. God, that's a big paddle, Daniel. That's a big paddle. LOL HD, same. I thought it was a paddle. A paddle. You better. Oh, I'm behaving anyway, man. I'm behaving. No, don't worry about that, JB. Don't worry about that. The usual, just hanging in there. All right, all right. Looking sisig recipes. Fried pork. Yes, great. Sisig, it's like, to me, I like the sisig when it's a little bit of crunch in it. It's like different ways. I mean, there's different ways that people prepare sisig in the Philippines, different versions. But I like the sisig when it's crispy. It's almost kind of like when it's finely chopped, but when I take a bite, it's almost like you can taste chicharron, like the skin of the pork, the crispiness. I don't like it when it's chewy. I like that little crisp and then tender pork. Yeah, I mean, sisig, to me now, it's almost surpassed. Usually when people hear about Filipino food, they know of chicken adobo, pork adobo, or pancit or lumpia. But here, when you come to the Philippines, pretty much sisig is everywhere. And like I said, different versions of sisig, very popular here, very popular. As a meal with rice, rice and sisig as a meal. But also, sisig is like the number one dish for like beer drinkers. Like when you go to a bar here in the Philippines, resto bar, groups of people hanging out, drinking at night, they'll always have a sisig on a sizzling plate, and everybody just gets sisig from the same plate. You don't even have to have a separate plate. People share that one big sizzling plate of sisig. Goes good with beer. Sisig, you can't go wrong with sisig and beer. That's a combination. The fried pork. For the Black Nazarene is the start of the festival celebration for the new year. Ati-atihan ng Kalibo, Sinulog, Dinagyan. But these three are about the Santo Niño. Yes. Yeah, I always remember that too. Like I know when they do the parades in Quiapo, the Black Nazarene. I know it's a tetihan season already. They've already here in Kalibo. Where Kalibo is where the Ati-Atihan festival here. They call it the mother of all festivals here in the Philippines, and it's huge. I mean, the Kalibo, our town is a small town in Kalibo, but it shuts down for Ati-Atihan for 10 days. 10 days of parades, 10 days of just festivities in Calibo. Big deal in our province of Aklan. The Panay Island. Everybody just goes to Calibo for Ati-Atihan celebration. But it's a celebration for the Santo Niño. Metro Manila and Cavite are on a yellow rainfall warning, level 1 strong. All right, man. My friend, I'll message my friend after here, Michael, because he lives in Trece Martires, Cavite. I'll ask him how much, if he's getting a lot of rain in his area. Hello, sir. How are you today? Hope great. Yes, I'm doing great. I mean, just like doing my live streams here. You know, usually I try to do it in the morning. Dazzle and Mom, I see them. They're already cooking outside, so they're preparing lunch. You know, so I'm gonna have a good lunch here. Ray Robles. Ginno, I'll be retiring during the PI. I've noticed that appliances are very expensive there. Do you recommend buying appliances here in the US and using stepped up voltage? I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't, Ray. I would, you know, just the shipping of the furniture, you know, like appliances from the US. And what I've found out is like, you know, from experience, my experience and others' experience, whatever you ship here, appliance, whatever that comes from the United States in a balikbayan box, because that's how people send it, eventually it's gonna break. Eventually, because the current, the electricity here is 220, and a lot of the voltage that comes from the US is 110. You can buy transformers here to like plug in your, you know, to help regulate the electricity coming through your. But with the power outages here, the surge in electricity, you know, it'll break. You know, whatever you bring appliance here, I see it so many times. Like I even have friends here that they brought big double door refrigerators from the U.S., microwaves from the U.S., and they don't last here. They don't last here, unfortunately, because of the electricity. It's best to just buy it here. They probably will be more. Yes, you're correct, because any appliance from the United States coming here to the Philippines is going to cost more. It's a 17% tariff, Philippine tariff on Americans. You know, so most stuff that from America. That's why people here love American goods. You know, it's like when people in the Philippines, they look at, ooh, it's come from America. You know, it's like they equate American goods to quality. Even though we know, you and I know, most of the stuff now that's made in America has some Chinese parts, or some of them, you know, might be assembled in the U.S., but it's mostly Chinese on those. But you know, that's another story. But to me, you can buy appliances here on the cheap now, you know, because a lot of appliances here in the Philippines come from China. You know, even my this TV I have here, it says a Hisense. This one's I think a 44-inch TV. I know I didn't pay $300 for it. So to me, you know, it doesn't make sense to ship a whole TV from the US just to ship it here. Same thing with refrigerator. I bought a Samsung inverter, a refrigerator, like a separate freezer. You know, it would be costly to ship one to the Philippines. You know, to me, it's not worth it. You know, it's like I try to tell people anyway, like the best way if you're moving to the Philippines, don't get consumed about like shipping everything here. You know, it's like because the cost. I know people send a lot of balikbayan box. They're preparing for retirement here in the Philippines. But to me, you know, the more minimalist you live, the more less material things you have. Because I understand, you know, in the U.S., you know, I was there. I was in the U.S. I had a garage full of junk. You know, I had stuff in my house, but it just doesn't work here. You know, to me, it's best if I know there's people that do that here in the Philippines, but I think it's best if you like, you know, try to be more minimalist, more less stuff. You know, that stuff. You know, all that things that you collect, you accumulate in the U.S. the stuff, to me, it just added stress because, it'll break. You'll have to replace it. You have to find space for it. It's like, I could not live in this house that I'm living. I've been living in this house now for 9 years. 15-year loan on this house. 430 square feet is our house. Up and down, 2 bedrooms upstairs, and our living room, kitchen, dining room is like one space here. But my mortgage is $200 on this house. I only have 5.5 years to pay it off. I can actually pay it off if I wanted to, with cash. That way it's right. But if you can imagine 430 square foot, I couldn't bring, my garage in the US here. And where would I keep it? Where would I keep that stuff? And a lot of times I've learned all the stuff that I had in the US, I didn't really need. It's like you don't need so much stuff. It's like if anything, all the stuff just is a burden. But I do understand, there's, if you can afford it, if you got the money, if you can afford a big house here in the Philippines, I'm all for that. I mean, why would I, if you've saved, you've prepared for your retirement, and I see people like that. I see people like that build like mansions here, 4 or 5 bedroom houses here, 2, 3 cars, maids. Hey, if you can afford that lifestyle, more power to you. I mean, it's like, but to me, it's like I've just found it easier to have less, less stress. It's like when you have a big mansion, big house, somebody's got to clean it. So you got to hire maids, you got to hire gardeners, you have to hire houseboy. It's just, the more stuff, the more I think it creates stress. If Dazzle wants to raise the cooking video production value, she can use the GoPro and her phone for getting multi-cam different angles. Yeah, HD. I'll leave it to Dazzle. It's gonna be the Dazzle, her Dazzle production, because it's only gonna be for the members, HD, that members to the channel, because we're not gonna make it for everybody like the public view. Dazzle and I, we wanted to do something that are members to the channel, because they're paying extra every month, so we wanted to offer them that. And then when you do public video, especially cooking, there's always gonna be critics, and Dazzle doesn't do well with people being critical, being not nice. We try to avoid, I try to avoid that for Dazzle. Are you from the Philippines? Yes, I live in the Philippines. I've been here now 14 years, retired here in the Philippines. I was 45 years old when I retired in the Philippines. We live on my military pension alone. I did 20 years active duty in the United States Air Force. I've been receiving a pension, a military pension, since 2004. 21 years now, I collect the pension. So that's what we live off, is the monthly pension. Yes, he is. All right, Ray. Your plan is to buy in the U.S. and ship to the Philippines. You have to factor shipping costs. Yes, shipping costs. To me, with the shipping costs, even if you ship it balikbayan box, to me, I think it can get costly. And then easier to just buy stuff here. Everything's here in the Philippines. I mean, there's nothing that you can't buy here, from TV, microwave, refrigerator. I mean, they got solar now if you want solar in your house. There's really nothing that I can think of that you would I just noticed I did put my Blue Yeti, but I forgot to plug it in the internet, so hopefully I don't get a power outages here. But we're getting into the end of the live stream anyway, so we're good. I think we're okay. Here in the Philippines, electricity is always an issue. Power outages can just come out of nowhere, so that's always an issue. But I have a Blue Yeti, but I didn't hook up my internet. Out of all things to forget today, I forgot. But hopefully, no power outage for the last 30 minutes here of the live stream. Hopefully. A 7-foot Filipina, is that one guy or one guy? Another guy's shoulders? No, Kai Soto, man. Kai Soto is like Filipino dude, and he's like 7 foot. You don't see many 7-footers in the Philippines now. But there is one, Kai Soto. He's a professional basketball player here in the Philippines. My country, neighbor. All right. Hello from your neighbor, Indonesia. All right, all right. I've been to Indonesia. I've been to Indonesia. I've been to Malaysia. My first year in the Philippines, I got here 2011 and 2012, the first 2 years. I traveled. I tried to hit like all the, it's kind of like, I guess, a bucket list for a lot of us that retire in the Philippines because it's so easy to get a flight, especially now. I mean, I can go to Iloilo now, and there's direct flight from Iloilo to Thailand, to Taiwan, there's just, it's so easy for us to travel, like to Hong Kong, and it doesn't cost us, $200 round trip to to Thailand, to Hong Kong. So it doesn't cost us much to fly to those countries. And then when you get to those countries, I'm always good at finding like bargain accommodations. I'm all about finding bargain accommodations. So I've visited Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Kota Kinabalu, Borneo. I've seen, Hong Kong, I've just traveled. I think it's what we do when we retire in the Philippines. The first 2 years, you just want to hit all the spots, and I'm glad I did. While I was 45. Now, for me, I just don't enjoy traveling now as much as I do. It's like the airports, the delay in the airports, the checking of the luggage at the airports, the going through security. I just don't enjoy it. It's like that's why. I rather just travel here in Panay Island. We can do a ferry to Negros Island, to Cebu. And Dazzle doesn't like to fly anyway. She hates flying. So we're always looking, when we travel the Philippines now, I'm always like trying to find a ferry, with our car, to ferry with our car, or ferry just as a passenger, because Dazzle does not like flying at all. JP, all right, JP. Hey, JP, I haven't forgotten. My next trip to 7-Eleven at Numancia, I gotta do that Google. I gotta take a picture of it, put it on the Google map. I'm gonna start making a habit of that, of places that I visit. I was gonna do it over at Loola's Fish Farm, but no internet, man. My data wasn't working at Loola's Fish Farm. I'm gonna start doing what you do, JP. That way, people can, contribute to a Google Map. Places that I can put on Google Map. Do I need a visa to go over there if I'm only staying there 2-3 weeks just for vacation? No, Siegmeister. If you're only here for 2-3 weeks, you just land at the airport in Manila, and they'll stamp your visa, automatic 29 tourist visa, no fee, no charge. Your first 29 days in the Philippines is free, absolutely free on the tourist visa. You can extend it if you decide to stay longer. That's when you have to pay. The first time you extend, they'll only extend it for another 30 days. And then after the first extension, they'll extend it every 2 months. 2 months, the extension. And you can extend it up to 3 years before you have to leave the country. Like I said, the Philippines has one of the easiest tourist visa programs here in Southeast Asia. Great to see you. Made it. All right. Siege. Okay. I'm just concerned. All right. HDLL. Omega Man. Omega Man. Paddleboard. I didn't see a notification. It wasn't scheduled, JP. And I know with YouTube sometimes, you get notifications. As long as you're subscribed to the channel and you get that bell click, hopefully it'll notify you. And I don't try to schedule the live stream now because I like doing it kind of on the spur of the moment now, so I'll try to do more. As you can see, I'm doing more live streams in the morning. I like going with the flow, man. I know I with the scheduling, sometimes if I schedule it like I'll start at 8, I'm rushing. I'm trying to figure. Oh no, something always comes up. I gotta pick up Leanna, or Daz wants me to get something at the public market. So I'm like rushing. Oh, it's almost 8. I'm looking at, and I kind of don't like living like that. Like on a schedule. That's why I'm retired, I guess. That's why I think I'll keep doing this. It's like I'll just go with the flow, kind of like if I'm free, I've done answered all my messages, my comments, and everything. I have time. I'll just start a live stream, and people seem to like it. Random anyway. Jane. Oh, he's okay. All right. Thank you, Mom Janet. Good to know. Good to know. I missed that live. I missed that because I've seen the live where James likes his Coke Zero. So I'll come up with another drink, a healthier drink. Maybe I'll bring some cocoa water. Maybe I can teach James to drink more coconut water. Coconut water is good for us, healthy for the body, more natural. No chemicals on the coconut water. Can you enter Philippines visa free? Yes, 30 days. 30 days. Yes, 30 days is there. I'm itching to go, but not sure about a Wednesday night play. Definitely getting off also. All right, James. Good to know, man. I'll bring some of that cocoa water. That's what I drink, cocoa water, and I drink this Vita Boost blue water with vitamin C, vitamins. Like Leanna taught me this drink. So I drink this, and I drink coconut water, and then the natural coconut water from the coconut. Dazzle and I, we usually go to the public market. It's like 30 pesos, about 50 US cents per coconut, and they chop it for you. We drain all the coconut in a pitcher, and then the only thing I noticed with the coconut water, that when you get it from fresh coconut, they don't last very long, even if you keep it in the fridge. You got to finish it fast. But there's 4 of us in the house anyway, so we do drink the pitcher of coconut water, but they don't last very long. 3 days and they start spoiling. I don't know why they spoil, but it does spoil. So we try to drink it within 4 to 8 hours when we have a fresh coconut water from a coconut. It's all good, I guess. Someone needs to be concerned about me because I just ignore myself. Hey, Smarter Biz. Good morning. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining the live stream. Checking in while drinking my first coffee. Dubai is hot already today. I'm sure it's also warm. That coming cooking sounds cool. All right. Yeah, they're filming it now. Right there, they're having fun outside. Love your long hike to the falls. Yeah, that was cool. That and I'm glad that little kid that was the guide. I'm glad that you found a guide to the falls, and it was quite an adventure finding that keep what falls. I've never even heard of that falls, man. But they got falls like that here in Aklan province everywhere. That it's not like a tour, the tourists don't know how to get there. It's like not a lot of information. There's many places like that in mainland Aklan. You really have to be like an adventurer, like James and Karen. There's adventures where you can find these places. HD, thanks. I thought that was the case, was not 100. All right. Howdy. I have not gotten a notice. You have not gotten a notice for weeks. Oh, that's unfortunate. Daniel. I wonder why it is like that. You would think that if you do click the bell and subscribe, anytime I go live, I would get a notice. But I'll try to do the live stream since I'm at home. I'll shoot for the live stream between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. because 7 a.m. is the time I take Leanna to school. I drop her off at school and I head home. So between that time is when I'll usually start my live streams in the morning. My friends, all right. Alba thought, okay, wonderful live stream. Thank you for all the insights. I need to take my. All right, stay safe, Lawrence. Stay safe, Lawrence. Have a great day. Have a great day. Thank you for joining the live stream, Lawrence. If you want to extend beyond the free, just apply extension and pay, or you can do what they call Visa trip. Yeah, it's easy, super easy to extend your visa now. Like in our province, there's an office in Calibo, in Boracay. I took my friend Gray to the one in Boracay. Nobody there. Nice office, air conditioned. They even have chamomile tea, free coffee. I was like, man, this is fancy office. And the guy sitting at the desk, he was the only one in the office there in Boracay, Bureau of Immigration, nice school area. Nobody there. When I took Gray there to get his first extension on his tourist visa. They're everywhere. They're everywhere now. That you don't have to go to Manila or the main cities to get your extension. Extensions can be done almost anywhere now in the Philippines. I've seen news from Thailand saying Chinese tourism has plummeted. Yeah, I've been saying the same thing. JP, tourism in general in Southeast Asia is not just the Philippines, it's dropped. Thailand. It could be a world thing, maybe it's just not, maybe people just don't have the funds, maybe the China, China has always been like the big tourist country, a lot of people from China. Hold on, let me make sure I'm charged. I don't want to lose the live stream again because of the battery. Hold on. Last thing I want to do is like kill the live stream again here, because the other day I lost the live stream and I couldn't even save it. I couldn't see, so it was gone. It was gone. So I gotta keep an eye on like the battery on this iPhone. I'm at 25%, so I'm still good. If it gets down to like 10, I'll plug it into. When I go to Iloilo City next week, this is an old iPhone 10 that I got from a friend of mine in Hawaii. I'm gonna get the battery replaced, so that way I'm not worried about the battery on the iPhone. They do that stuff. I know in Iloilo City, they replace like the battery on these phones. So many make the Philippines their base. Do vlogging here. Hop from island to island. Find yourself a city to live in. Yes, yes. I mean, I think out of all the countries in Asia, on Southeast Asia, the Philippines got more vloggers than anything. It's like, this is kind of like vlogger central here in the Philippines. I think a lot of the foreigner bloggers, they come to the Philippines because people just like watching here. The Filipinos, they like watching, so they build their base. You can start a channel in the Philippines if you're a foreigner. You just get so many subscribers right away, and get monetized. And then they leave, once they got that base, get monetized at least, they leave to the other countries. But, a lot of bloggers, that's why they come. That this is a good place if you're a vlogger to start a channel. I'll take it on. My loyal subvert. Probably marry a Pinay, but just be careful who you're choosing. If you are successful picking a good one like that, so you've been taken. Yes, I have mentioned that many times, Fortune, and I still I believe the statement is like I tell people that come here single, they're single foreigners that come here, their biggest decision in the Philippines is finding the right Filipina. You find the right Filipina here, you meet a good Filipina, you're set the rest of your life. But if you find the wrong Filipina, it could be misery. It could be misery, and I've seen it so many times. That's the biggest decision a single foreigner that comes to the Philippines will make or break you regarding moving here, retirement. I have seen people end up going back to the United States because it didn't work out because the Filipina just that they met wasn't what they expected or what they wanted. We were in Boracay 10 days ago. I did not try to connect with you because you were in Rojas City. Great. All right. No worries. No worries. We were only there at Rojas that one night. We went back, right back, came back to Boracay. But no big deal. You know, it's like we're gonna be in Boracay again probably in August. We're supposed to meet a couple of people in August. There's always people that wanna meet us that like reach out to me. And Boracay is easy for me. I can even go to Boracay on a day trip. I don't have to stay overnight there. I can leave the house here, drop Leanne off at 7 a.m. and I could be in Boracay by 8:30 for breakfast or lunch, meet the people, and then before 3 I can leave Boracay and pick up Leanne at school. So it's not hard. It's not hard. As long as it's not raining now. If it's raining, I don't like driving in the Philippines in our province here when the roads are wet and it's raining because the public transportation here, the vans and the buses, they do not slow down during wet conditions or rain conditions. They're flying on the road still. And to me, they worry me. When it's sunny, I don't mind. I'll drive easy peasy. I drive really slow, careful, not a problem. But when the roads are wet here, just not safe. Not safe to. My happy color is pink. All right, all right. That's Leanna. Leanna's favorite color is pink. All her stuff is pink in her room. Her pillows, all her stuffed toys. She likes everything pink. She's 12. She's 12. So, then there's many expats who can hang out with you. You can probably pick a place where it has an international airport if you like to travel. That's why Iloilo is very popular. Well, yes, and then Iloilo City, really, it's like more and more flights are being added to Iloilo City. It's becoming a hub here in Western Visayas or whole of Visayas. Like just the past 6 months, they have direct flight now to Dumaguete. They have a direct flight now to Panglao, Bohol. They have direct flight now to Bicol. So just the commercial, the domestic flights from Iloilo City, they're starting, and then direct flight to Thailand, direct flight to Taiwan. So Iloilo City, like I said, I've said it many times. To me, it's the best city, best well-run city in the Philippines. In my opinion, not my opinion. It's like I love going to Iloilo City. That's my favorite city here in the Philippines. All right, hot here. All right. Thank you, Mom Janet. Thank you. Namaste, Mom Janet. Daniel, Ginno, that banana split at the Beaver. Did they forget? I don't remember. I'll have to watch the video again. They might have. It's not a big thing if they did. Dazzle ate it. So it's not a. It really look unpeeled banana. Yeah. I think they did. They might have left a piece on the bottom. Maybe. I haven't watched the video, but I'll watch the video again. I mean, it got eaten. Dazzle ate the whole banana split, so not a problem with Dazzle if they had left a peel of the banana. All right. God bless, Mom Janet. Take care, Janet. Stay safe. All right. Take care, Janet. All right. Sometimes I find it sad or happy because it's got a split personality. Oh, Ray, my good friend Ray. Hey, Ray from Sacramento, California. Glad to catch your live stream at the tail end. No worries. I'm glad you said hello. I'm glad you said hello, Ray. Good seeing you, my brother. Got done doing house job. Yeah, I know. It's like I gotta do laundry myself here. Mom and dad, I think they're done cooking because they're just chica now outside. I hear them laughing outside. Maybe they're simmering our lunch. But HD on a roll with the jokes. All right. Iloilo has all the modern conveniences in a provincial, nice schools, top medical care. Exactly. That's why, to me, It's made my retirement here in Aklan province possible because of Iloilo City. Because I'm about 3.5 hour, 4 hour away from good medical care at Medical City Iloilo. That's where I had my chemotherapy 2 years ago. 12 sessions of chemotherapy at Medical City Iloilo, and then I had radiation therapy at Medicus Cancer Institute in Iloilo City. Top notch hospitals in Iloilo City. And then we stayed there for 4 months. Dazzle and I rented a condo at Uptown Place condominium right on the Esplanade. Viewed incredible setting. I had a balcony looking at the sunrise. It helped me during my treatments those 4 months because I would sit in that balcony. At least I can still be outside. Good scenery. Put me in a good mood. Put me in a good mood. I needed it. I needed it during that time. Looking back, I'm glad we did that. I'm glad Dazzle and I stayed at that condominium. Saw on the news a huge fire. Think of the fireworks plant. Complete ruin. Ooh, wow. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that up, Daniel. Hopefully, buy my tickets end of July for. All right, Edgar. Good luck. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. We're here. It's like anything you need from us. Any help from us. If you come to Panay Island, it's like we're here for you, Edgar. Hey, Far East Rider, my good friend Rick. Rick in Jacksonville, Florida. All right. What's up, brother? I'm on break from diapers and bottles. I believe you own every US on the market. Aim high. This one came from my friend Steve from Las Vegas. He got me this Air Force Thunderbirds. Air Force Thunderbirds because he's in Las Vegas, Nellis Air Force Base. I don't know if the Thunderbirds are still at Nellis Air Force Base, but that's how he got this shirt for me. I always get, people always bring me the Air Force shirts, and of course I wear them proudly. Aim high, my brother. Did you lose weight? Did I lose weight? No, actually I'm gaining weight, and I'm gaining weight because after my cancer treatments, I was down to 119 pounds, 119. I was in the like 160 range, but now I'm over 152, 153. So I'm gaining weight. I'm feeling healthy. It's like people about to lose health insurance in the U.S. Ooh, wow. People are required to work to get it if they are under more incentive to move. If you ask me, oh, okay. I have to like start paying more attention, man, to the stuff, the news in the U.S. Here, I'm gonna have to plug my phone here because I don't want it to die, like it did the other day. I'm gonna end the live stream here soon anyway, but I wanted to get through all the comments because I want to make sure I do not miss anybody. I'm splitting on my sides, like how a banana split with the ice cream because it couldn't find a cherry on top. All right. Understand, because sometimes I go bananas. Wow, Ida Capiz. All right, Ida. Hello, my good friend. Ida is my friend in Angeles City in Luzon. We actually stayed at her house in Sapang Bato. Sapang Bato. Hello, Ida. So many banana jokes. Love it. Bananas. Some of the isn't feeling well. Feeling well. I went to a Catholic school. I was a bad boy then. LOL. Got lots of ruler marks on my. I know, man. I know when I went to Letron College. I remember our teachers used to carry that stick, and they used to smack us on our hand. So when you got smacked in the hand, you're like doing something bad. You had to behave. That was like a warning. Point and game. All right, yeah, last one was the cherry on top. All right. I had to stand a couple of banana because I want to put on a pair of slippers. A couple of banana peels. You guys are driving me bananas. You're driving me bananas. Everything's about banana. Sorry, it was a split second decision. Manila Airport is huge issues for tourists coming from Japan. It's hard to fly without that. Yeah, Manila airports, unfortunately, it's Notorious. Manila Airport's notorious for being one of the worst airports you'll ever go through, and it is. I've gone through. If there's a way to avoid Manila Airport, I would avoid Manila Airport. Cebu is better. Cebu, if you can fly into Cebu, if you can fly into Clark and Angeles City is better. Manila Airport is just horrible. Going in or going out, it's like not a good airport. Not a good airport. Too many things happen at the airport in Manila. Even like that lag bala that was popular there. That's why people wrap their suitcases now in saran wrap or plastic wrap, because they put a bullet in your luggage. Terrible, terrible. That's why bad reputation. Manila airport's got a bad reputation. It's not bad, so not so many tourists and ruins environment, breathless. It's not built for me. Number 5 would be a good balance. Yes, yeah. For me, when I saw the article, when I read the article, JB, I was thinking, well, it's just hard for the Philippines because again, the infrastructure, we're so spread out. So spread out that the planned bridges to connect the islands, that would help. There's certain like for here in Panay Island, once we get connected to Guimaras Island, and then we're connected to Negros Island, that would help. But that's still years away. We'll be lucky if those bridges get finished in 2028. So we'll take 3 years at minimum. Everything projects here in the Philippines never get done on time or delayed. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I agree with you. It's not so convenient to travel easily around Philippines, especially if if you have young kids. Traveling the Philippines with young kids, or even if you have any type of disability, or even if you have to be in a wheelchair, domestic travel in the Philippines is just difficult. Not easy. It's just not built for it. It's like they don't think about that stuff, here in the Philippines. We have trains in Manila, nearby Naiya. It's always packed, super packed. Yeah, we've been to those trains, that LRT, MRT. I took Dazzle there once, and Dazzle said never again will she get on that thing, because we had to wait in line to get on it, and then when we got in it, it was like you're packed like sardines in there. When the doors open, there's like people going in, people going out at the same time. It was like the craziest thing. That's why Dazzle said, I'm never riding that thing again. España still flooding until now. Yeah, I believe it, Fortune, that España is still it was flooding back in the 70s. I mean, it could rain 30 minutes and that place would be flooded by Santo Tomas University. I used to pass that going to school every day, so I know how quick. The minute it rains, I'm looking at the flood. There's no Japan to Cebu direct. Some of the U.S. fly to Hong Kong, the Hong Kong to Iloilo. They skip the hassle of Manila. Ooh, good information there, Fortune. Thank you for sharing that. Letting myself get dehydrated causes migraines. Yes, that's the thing. It's like I keep telling Dazzle, because Dazzle gets headaches sometimes. And I always tell her it's dehydration. She's not drinking enough. Thanks for the info, Fortune. Ati-Atian is the mother of all festival because they started it all. Yep. 13 Martires is the de facto capital. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. The official is Imus, but it's a prime city and too crowded. 13 has the land for government offices. Actually, okay, cool. No wonder I'm hearing more 13 Martires. A lot of expats. I'm getting a lot of expats that live in 13 Martires. Very impressive. If you can visit, it would be great. Oh, okay. I haven't, we haven't been to like that area, Laguna, Batangas, Cavite. The last time Dazzle and I were there, it was 2022. March 2022 was the last time we were in the area. So it's been 3 years. Oh, I'm not Mexican. I'm Filipino. My friend. Filipino. All right. Just buy a phone, laptop in the US because it's cheaper and more. Yes. That's what I did. Before I left the US, I bought a new laptop. I bought unlocked phone at Best Buy in 2011 before I left the US. I subscribe. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Talpa. Yay, I made it. Good morning, Gino and everyone. How many fish? Ooh, Shane. All right. They caught a lot, man. They caught a lot. I'll edit the video, but they caught 1 3/4 kilos. Almost 2 kilos, almost 4 pounds of tilapia, all tilapia, because that's when she catches the bangus, she throws it back. You know, she prefers the tilapia. The bangus has a lot of bones. That's why she prefers the tilapia. Hello, Tudi. Hello, Shane. All right. Thank you for your service. Oh, you're welcome. That's why I have like a brotherhood. I have like my military veterans. I always have a special place in my heart for them, because we all serve the country. You know, we're proud of our service, and even here in the Philippines, we become good friends when we found out that another person joined the military. There's just a bond between us, military people. Another chapter is closed, no pun intended. Great news for the beach here. Just Uber to see the sea city. Oh, nice. Enjoy that beach. Enjoy that beach, Shane. Brother Gino, I thought you and Dazzle bought 2 houses in your community. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. God bless. Yes, we have another house here. More like investment. It's right next door to our house. Yes. JB Manalang. All right. 2D, you missed out on the pun. You missed out. You did, 2D. There's a lot of banana jokes earlier, Shane. Oh, geez, HG. I probably wouldn't have a great comeback. You wouldn't have a great comeback. You can get some high-end gear from Japan and Korea. Yes, definitely. There's a lot of stuff here. A lot of, even that water cooler that I bought for the kids that our good friend Ray from Sacramento paid for the water cooler for the Liana's class. It was American Home was the brand, American Home. So there's many appliances here that are good quality. To me, it's like I would just buy, and then you would have warranty here. There's companies here like Hanabishi. There's like a service center here. If anything happens to it within the 1 year, I think 1 year, 2 years at the most on the appliances, the warranty. But there's people that can fix. That's the thing here. With appliances, electric fans, air conditioning, you name it, they can fix it here. There's repair people that can fix it. They just don't throw stuff here away when it breaks. They try to fix everything here. Only about Panay area. Not sure if I should reply. All right. I'm just going to try to finish this real quick. That way I can end the live stream so we can save the live stream. Oh, coconut juice. Gino, how does he doing it? I'm drinking. Oh, nice, Shane. You're drinking coconut water. All right. Coconut song, HD. Now we're going into coconuts. We're done with bananas. Now we're going into coconuts. On me? Yeah, man. I got a camera on you. I got you on a spy cam, man. That's Shane. Don't forget to put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up. All right, guys. Looks like I got to the bottom. Thank you for joining the live stream. I appreciate everyone's continued support. Everyone have a good day. Stay blessed, everyone. All right. Thank you, HD. Appreciate you, my brother. I'm going to have my good lunch, man. I'm eager to see what Mom and Dad will cook, man. I'm eager for lunch now.